According to Mr. Anta, studies show that more than 5.7 million American children, almost 30%, are estimated to be a bully, a target of bullying, or both. Although many adults may consider bullying a traditional part of a youth's experience, it may also be one of the precursors for the gun-based crimes perpetuated by youth during the high school years. Anta's Fitness and Self-Defense is a martial arts for peace Bully Busters fully certified school in South Florida. Anta was certified by Bully Buster creator and award-winning author Dr. Terrence Webster-Doyle. Here he is, Julio Anta. You teach children to defend themselves against bullies.
Yes.
So, and then you instill some of these ideas into the children.
Exactly, because it all starts at a young age. We've all, I don't care how old we are, we've all lived this. We were either the schoolyard bully or we were bullied by the schoolyard bully. In my case, I was the short, skinny kid that the bullies picked on me, and my dad would make me fight daily. And I like that? No. They didn't work? Yes. Because then the bullies wouldn't pick on me as much. But what I try to teach kids is that you don't have to wake up every day dreading going to school, because you will find bullies. Now, the interesting thing is that the average bully grows up to be a bully. So that kid bully usually grows up to have a low-paying job, not be highly fit. Some of them end up in jail. Yet, we got bullies in every society, everything in life. We have bullies at work. We have bullies as bosses. And the ultimate highest point of a bully, well, let me take it a step down. A gang member is a super bully. Yet the ultimate bully is the dictator, the terrorist. Because what does a bully do? They terrorize you. They want to make you feel fear. So a terrorist is a bully. A dictator is a bully. And bullying is just a thing that's in life and we need to control. But it's not just about fighting them. You've got to know how to defend yourself, not win tournaments. You could be a world champion, tournament fighter, and not be able to defend against the bully. The whole idea is to defeat the bully mentally. And actually, that's another certification that I have. I'm certified in Martial Arts for Peace Bully Buster program directly under Dr. Terrence Webster-Doyle. That's a good friend of mine. There's actually 2 schools in the state of Florida that are fully certified, even though the program is being done in a lot of martial arts schools. But my concept is not to have to do what I did. It was, I would say, in a month, 3 and 4 fights as a kid. And yes, it did work. But that wasn't the answer. The answer is to learn the technique, to have the self-confidence, to walk proud, and not be a victim of bully or crime. And not to have to fight, but if they do attack you, know what to do to end it fast, survive.
Do you practice any other sports or any other disciplines besides martial arts?
Yes, very much into fitness. I'm a fully certified personal trainer, a kettlebell instructor, child fitness instructor, and fitness kickboxing instructor, and Pilates. Even though I stopped doing Pilates many years ago, I was certified in Pilates before no one even knew the word. In around 1999, I got certified in Pilates. Today, my wife teaches the Pilates program. Yet, what you could say my hobbies, see, I have the perfect job. My hobbies is my job, what I like, what I do, which I don't even consider a job. It's just great. Is doing martial arts and staying fit for life. I'm 51 years old, and I feel that I got to be fit for life. I mean, when I was in my 20s, I was a competitive bodybuilder. Yet after injuries in my shoulders and other body parts, I didn't have the strength, and I couldn't keep up that type of lifestyle of competing, but I still continue to work out, and I cross-train in a lot of different things. My favorite way of strength training is kettlebell training. The first kettlebell certification in the state of Florida was done here in my school. And from there, I've continued to do more training, train with the top kettlebell people in the nation. But I do consider myself a pioneer and kettlebell trainer in the state of Florida, and I'm taking it to Latin America hopefully soon with different things. But Indian clubs is another one of my favorite training. It's a lost art that's just starting to come back. Kettlebells came back after years being gone in the United States. But Indian club training is just starting to surface in the United States. But it's ironic because it was an Olympic sport, and most of the medals won, all the gold medals were won by the United States. So, but it came from India, Iran, Iraq, that part of the world. And what happened was when the English occupied India, they saw that a lot of the peasants were pretty fit and strong, and the police in India, and they saw them training with things that looked like this. So that's the reason we call them Indian clubs. Then it was taken to England, and then eventually in the turn of the last century, late 1800s to possibly, I'm throwing a number out there, you could still find them in gyms maybe up to the 40s and 50s, and it slowly started dying. It was very popular in the United States. I've seen letters from General and President Ulysses S. Grant writing the guy that brought Indian clubs to the United States thank you notes because his kids were training with Indian clubs. Queen Elizabeth, all these dignitaries, Teddy Roosevelt was known to have trained with them too. So they were very popular then, and slowly we lost them. But it's great for flexibility, and it's one of the few things that gives you circular strength.
Where do your students that take Indian club classes, where do they come from? Do they come from within the school or from outside the school?
They come from outside and within. What happens is I introduce it to some of the children that are more advanced. I introduce it into their type of training. I also have a DVD called Shaolin Physical Conditioning that I put together training, how they train in the Shaolin Temple, functional type training. And my more advanced students, I train them in the Shaolin Physical Conditioning, plus I bring in the Indian clubs, more advanced children. Now, for adults, we start them from the first class. In my XFT, or Extreme Functional Training, it's the combination of, we do the three. To have optimal fitness, you need three things. You need cardiovascular, you need muscle endurance, and you need flexibility. Yes. The one that's lacking in most Americans is flexibility. You have my son's a runner, and I go see him run. And man, I see sometimes thousands of people on a Saturday or Sunday morning in the competition, and every morning when I wake up, I see people running around Doral. Then you go to a gym and it's full, but you rarely see people stretching. That's the one that they neglect, and that's the one we need as we get older. Right. But this class, back to what this class is about, we start off with a warm-up to warm up your body, then we do stretching. From there we do Indian clubs, which is part of the stretching workout. Then that's when it changes. We go into either circuit training, kettlebell training, plyometrics, tire pulling, tire flipping, sandbag, sledgehammer, fitness kickboxing. Sometimes we'll do what's called rhythmic kickboxing that most people know as Taibo, that Billy Blank's popularized. And sometimes we'll just go into pad work, heavy bag work, and different aspects of kickboxing. And at the end, we finish off with a good stretch, again, that the body is really warm now. But that's where I incorporate the Indian clubs and the kettlebell training. And we've had people that need to lose weight. On my websites, you'll see a lot of people that have great success losing weight. Yet we've had athletes. I've had all types of athletes, from baseball players to wrestlers, golfers, all types of athletes doing this class because of the diversity and the way it works your body. Don't get me wrong, I go to a gym to cross-train sometimes, and I was a competitive bodybuilder. But today we have alternatives. The old school, and I mean old school in the last 20 to 50 years, has been go to the gym, do the bench press, do the arms, but here's the thing. Our body was not meant to work out that way, even though I still do because I was a competitive bodybuilder, and I'll do it, and I still like that type of training just for me. But I could actually train with kettlebells alone and get a better workout, and I do sometimes.